Say something to the mic. Can you say something to the mic? Yeah. All right, all right, all right. Hi, Maui. Okay, this is the dog behind the human with me, Doug, Coach Francis. And finally, I was able to force myself to get back into YouTube and go back into podcasting. A lot of stuff has happened for the past months and year. And it's just a roller coaster, um, should I say, especially now that we have Baby Coach and Kanina, you just saw Baby Coach. Uh, and medyo ini-introduce na natin sa podcasting and maybe we can have her as our special guest when she is in a mood to talk. Anyway, this is a new episode of the podcast and um, we have big plans of what to do next in the next few episodes, and then we're just going to try to revamp everything. And now, if you are available, we're actually trying out the new rolled out system wherein we'd be able to broadcast on three different platforms live. Okay, so we'll be doing that live, and then once in a while we'll do a live, and then we'll be pre-recording some of the other content that we have. Okay. All right. So this is an issue that's been thrown around the past week. And I thought na, you know what? Let's just talk about this. Kasi ang dami nagtatanong sa akin, what's my reaction like for the issue na, ano, na lumabas? Just show you a photo of this. Apparently, we have um, a local or a pop group. Okay, so let me just say it. It's Fourth Impact, and meron issue na they're getting bashed actually, no? So wow, so medyo marami-rami, and that's what we're going to talk about, and then papanoorin din natin, and we're going to give feedback dun sa isang news report, no? Kung saan ni-interview yung president ng POS. Okay, so we're just going to try to learn about it. If you're not familiar about the issue, well, this is it. This is the podcast. Okay, na pag-aaralan natin yan. And like me, sabi nga, even though I'm Coach Francis, pero I think there's always room for improvement. There's always things that we can do to better ourselves and then just learn from other people. So I've been in the industry for more than a decade now, and I'm learning something new from other professionals, from other pet parents. Ang lamang lang, I just have that experience. But it doesn't mean na parang I'm always right. And I know that. And I will take criticisms. Okay? Um, pero here we go. Let's see a clip. I've actually prepared it. Okay, papanoorin natin. And if you're listening to the podcast, then you get to listen to this. And I'd like to hear your thoughts as well. Okay, so if you're watching this live, just key into the comment. I'm monitor. We are no recording and broadcasting live on three platforms. We have Instagram, we have Facebook, and also on our YouTube. Okay, so you can just go ahead and share it. So wala na kayong takas, whether you're more of an Instagram user or a Facebook user, this is it finally. So that's why Parang na-motivate ako na, oh, you know what, let's just jumpstart everything. Okay? And we'll be informing yung mga co-host din natin. Again, I have big plans for the platform. All right. So we'll be sharing a clip right here. This is Cheryl Cousin from One Balita. So let's just watch it and then tingnan natin kung papaano. No?
Nagpaalala ang Philippine Animal Welfare Society or PAWS na ikonsidera ang pag-adopt ng alagang hayop mula sa shelter. Huwag din daw hayaang mag-reproduce ang mga alaga kasunod ito ng viral na post ng P-pop girl group na Fourth Impact.
There you go. So that was Port Impact. And you know what? Ang napapansin din natin talaga ngayon, the common trend is dumadami talaga yung mga aso, which is good na dumalaki at naging stronger yung community natin. And then, again, sabi ko nga, 10 years ago, 15 years ago, hindi ka makapunta ng SM with your dog. Okay? Walang mga pet park or mga play park para sa mga pets. Ngayon, nung nag-decide na si SM na i-open yan sa public, I would say it's a great win for pet parents and it's booming. Okay? So, pero despite the success, no, marami na rin mga pet businesses na nag-open. I'm seeing a lot of other pet professionals coming in, groomers, dog trainers, okay, and then everybody just opening pet boarding left and right. So again, it's becoming really competitive. Pero sana din mas maging responsible din tayo. Okay? So anyway, let's continue.
Nabatikos ang grupo matapos mangalap ng donasyon online para sa tinawag nilang Dreamland para sa 200 aso nila.
Okay, Dreamland. Wow. I think ano naman hindi mo masisisi because I think a lot of pet parents, no, including myself, gusto magkaroon ng parang parang ganung facility or parang bahay bakasyon or parang just a facility dedicated for their pets. No, marami akong nakakausap, ganun din yung gusto. So, ang nangyari nga lang, they want to get someone else's money. So, parang they're asking for donation. Okay. For something that's very personal. It's not even like a school or parang a shelter. No. So, dun sila I think nababash. Mamaya, babasahin din natin yung mga ibang comments. No? Kasi I've been reading up something online. So sabi ko, okay, ganun din pala yung perspective ng iba. It's not just me. Okay, so natututo din naman tayo. Okay?
Nasa 10,000 US dollars na katumbas ng higit kalahating milyong piso ang target nilang malikom.
Wow, 500,000 pesos or $10,000 ang target. If you think about it and you want to create a facility for dogs, medyo maliit pa yun, no? So, I should know because we're trying to create something really great for pet parents, no, for everybody and set a standard. Pero again, sa amin kasi, it's really, yes, it's a business, pero it's really more of like really a school talaga, no? Kasi there's not a lot of dog training facilities right now. So, isa yung dog coach Francis na parang nangunguna. At least that's how I perceive it. That's how I want it. Okay? Pero again, dito, Dreamland for their Shih Tzus. And then, ito, mamaya, marinig nyo, there's definitely a problem with the Shih Tzus. Okay? If you would think na parang, oh, well, they're creating a shelter for Shih Tzus. Well, again, later in the news, makikita nyo kung ano yung problema or you'd be able to listen.
Dahil dito, tinawag silang irresponsableng dog owners. Hindi raw dapat nila hinahayaang dumami ng ganito ang mga alaga sa pamamagitan ng backyard breeding.
Okay, backyard breeding. What is backyard breeding? Usually kasi marami sa mga nagsisell or mga nagpapa-adopt ng mga dogs, they're not really professionals. They're probably well-meaning pet parents, no, na gusto nilang i-share yung love nila for the dog, who wants to see the miracle of life and share that, and then the happiness na meron sila and share that to someone else. And that's not necessarily bad and not necessarily good either kasi kailangan you need to be well educated. alam mo kung ano yung process ng pagbi-breed, and then alam mo kung ano yung mga criteria na pasok doon sa pedigree dogs na gusto mo, no? So backyard breeding karamihan. Pero yung nga, if you go to, I have previous YouTube videos na nagbibigay din tayo ng reaction sa mga dogs na binebenta sa mga pet stores. So we got a lot of heat from creating that content. Pero who knows, maybe dadagdagan ko, maybe hindi. Pero you can check out my YouTube. Nandun yung content, no, about our thoughts. Lalong-lalo na, hindi ko kasi gusto yung lantarang binibenta na sinasabi nyo, ito, mura lang yung aso. No? Meron pang discount yung aso. So, I mean, these are lives. Okay? And these are these are pets na talagang uh, inako na natin mga humans. No? They're called our best friends pa nga. So, they're not really just a commodity. No? At least yun. Okay? Again, we don't want to dig in too much details on that. Pero, kailangan talaga yung mga pet parents matuto rin sila na, hey, you know what? I'm gonna get dogs from people who know what they're doing. No?
Kaugnay po niyan, makakasama natin si PAWS Executive Director Ana Cabrera. Magandang tanghali po sa inyo, ma'am.
Magandang tanghali, Cheryl.
Pag-usapan po natin itong mga nakita ninyong paglabag ng grupong Fourth Impact base po sa kanilang post. Una, yung backyard breeding. Bakit po ito ipinagbabawal?
Ayun na.
Ayon sa Animal Welfare Act, if you're keeping more than 2 animals, pag nagbe-breed sila at meron ka ng facility which marami yung animals mo, dapat meron kang permit from the Animal Welfare Division ng Bureau of Animal Industry. Even shelters like PAWS, we have a permit from the Bureau of Animal Industry. Tapos pag kanya-kanyang mga nanay or tatay ng inyong animal yung nagbe-breed, most likely magkakaroon ng mga problems ito in terms of health. And also, medyo hindi talaga.
Okay, so let's just break that down a little bit. You need a permit if you're owning so many dogs. Pero real talk lang, medyo kakaunti lang naman talaga yung kumukuha ng permit na ganyan. Pero if you're a professional, again, it's recommended, no, na magkaroon ka ng mga permits na kailangan. Okay? Pero yung pinaka-concern ko naman dito, kasi again, I'm not a legal officer, no? No, I don't know anything about the law specifically. Okay? So, pero yun breeding, ito alam ko to. Okay? Yun doon sa pagbi-breed, inbreeding kasi nangyayari. And I did a little bit of research before going on today's podcast. And dati yung pinakamarami nakita ko is 73. And then on a different post, it's 130. And then this blew up, it's already 200. And then kung kakaunti lang yan, you don't purchase 200 dogs, di ba? You don't just come up with 200 dogs all of a sudden. Okay? So anong nangyari dyan? I think they had a handful of dogs and they loved those dogs so much. Pero hindi nila pinakapon. Okay? They didn't spay and neuter the dogs. And that became an issue. Kasi you don't know which dog would probably come into season unless you're really monitoring it, unless you have a facility as ours na parang, okay, we're checking the dogs every day. Meron ako mga staff and trained who are just really checking if the dogs are in heat. Okay? Inbreeding is a major concern, and science will tell us, and I'm really big on science. Science would tell us na meron nagkakaroon ng genetic anomalies, okay? Pag inbred, okay? And kaya maraming mga dogs ang sakitin is because of that inbreeding. And marami sa mga Shih Tzus din, inbred, no? Actually, hindi lang yung mga Shih Tzus, ang daming mga ibang breeds din, inbred. So most of those 200 dogs that they probably own are inbred, and that's going to be a problem. Ibig sabihin meron sakit. And then if they do rehome some of those dogs, yung mga vet bills will just skyrocket. Okay? I am keeping 10 dogs, personal dogs, and the upkeep is halos wala talaga kaming pera. No? Kasi dog food pa lang, ang mahal ng dog food ngayon. I think yung mga premium dog food ngayon, my goodness, it's around 4,000 200, 4,300 na yung mga super premium dog food brand, 'di ba? So, ang mahal na ng dog food. Even yung mga ibang senior dogs ko, we're giving them home cooked meals na without those seasonings. Bakit? Kasi hindi na nila kaya yung masyadong mag-digest ng mga ng mga kibbles. And then we want to give them something that they would easily be able to consume. Okay? So binibigyan ko na sila ng mga home cooked meals, mga recipes na ginagawa namin dito. Those are only for my seniors. Okay? Pero to cut costs a little bit, we still give kibbles to the younger dogs. Pero again, it's still going to be very expensive. And what if I have, especially I have big dogs and then I have a few handful medium-sized dogs. So yung pala magastos. Pero 200 dogs, kahit sabihin mo kaunti lang kinakain nila, the cost is, oh my goodness, it's gonna be too much. And a lot of shelters actually, ang lagi nangangailangan ng pera. No, because it's a bottomless pit. As my friends from animal welfare would say, pet shelters is a bottomless pit. Pero yung nangyayari dito, okay, you have 200 dogs and now you want to get money para you can keep them. Okay? Why don't you just rehome them? You have lots of followers. Okay? So siguro that's uh, a friendly advice na lang coming from Coach Francis. No. I am not here to judge the no the P-pop group because I think they're great. Talent-wise, they're awesome. I think I've seen some of their auditions on America's Got Talent or yeah, yung mga shows na yun. And I think they're great. They're awesome. Singing voice is just okay. Pero in terms of uh, personal knowledge and my expertise, maybe the best thing to do is to rehome those dogs. No. So and then before rehoming, dapat we get them neutered and spayed. Anyway, it's also going to be really good for the no for the dogs, so they don't have that desire to reproduce anymore, and then they won't be able to reproduce it actually in the first place. Another thing is yung mga female dogs when meron silang wrist na tinatawag nating pyometra. So pyometra can uh, cause the dog to well magkakaroon kasi ng severe swelling yan eh, no? And then it's a critical disease na kailangan ng immediate operation para sa dog kasi delikado talaga 'yun. Okay? And then meron kasi mga nagsasabi eh na parang okay, I'm just going to have my dog um carry a litter para maging safe siya sa pyometra. No, I've asked my friends who are vets, even I remember si Doc Mase from Philippine Birth Control Foundation. Tinatanong ko siya, Doc, pag napakapun ba, totoo ba yun na hindi na magkakaroon ng pyometra? So, sabi niya hindi. I mean, pag napakapun, hindi na magkakaroon. Pero pag pag nanganak na, hindi na ba magkakaroon? No, the dog is still going to be at risk. There you go. All right? So, ito yung problema is in inbreeding and then kung itong aso na to, they rehome it to someone else and then meron kumbaga pumapangit yung lineage ng mga dogs. And then it's not a good example, really. Okay? Sige.
Responsable yung hindi po ng iyong alaga dahil mag-aano sila, magre-reproduce at such a rate na yun na nga, in the end, more than 200 na yung meron sila. And dami-daming namamatay sa pounds, sa
All right. So yun, yung marami namamatay doon sa pounds, maraming nangyayari doon sa sa animal shelters, 'di ba? Ang daming issues na kailangan ma-resolve doon. Uh, okay, dumadagdag pa to, no? They could have done something then to help out. Okay? Anyway, so you stop natin to kasi I wanna read yung mga ibang comments. Okay? So tanggalin natin to. I wanna read some of the comments na halungkat natin. Okay? Specifically dun sa Reddit community because my wife have been telling me, you know what? You should read out dun sa Reddit. They're very active. So sabi ko, okay, you know what? Let's check out what does the Reddit community think about this fiasco. Okay? Though I think na take down na apparently ang ginawa daw ang chismis, oh my goodness, chismis. Okay, is it was reported by several people who care about dogs, and it was successfully took down, or maybe 14 pack actually took it down. I don't, we're not real sure. Okay, pero here let's read some of the comments. Sabi dito, uh, is this not animal cruelty? Who has 200 dogs who can care for each and every dog? You know what? That's actually one thing then a concern ko din. Kasi if you have multiple dogs, again, I have 10 dogs. It's so hard to keep 10 dogs already. What more if you have 200? And then I have professional staff that I train myself para mabantayan yung mga dogs pati yung mga students, and then I need help then para we make sure na we're able to train the dogs based on their socialization skills, and then basic obedience, and then general conduct ng dog. Yun yung ginagawa namin dito sa school. Okay? Now, with 200 dogs, uh, that's gonna be really difficult. Okay? Sabi dito ng isang Reddit user is, inagawan nila ng platform yung talagang mas nangangailangan. Yes. No. I would probably agree kasi ang dami ng shelter na kailangan ng tulong. And then, ito pa yun ha. Just a suggestion, just an idea. Kasi marami talagang gusto eh. Whenever I interview people, especially the younger generation, sabi nila, dream ko yun eh, magtayo ng shelter. Sabi ko, mahirap magtayo ng shelter. Why don't you just help out the existing shelters? Okay? Mahirap kasi you will need a lot of money. Okay? Just to create a shelter, and then you need to sustain the shelter pa. So sinasabi ko, if you para walang masyadong commitment, mahirap kasi mag-commit ng ganun. Mas maganda is you really just help out the existing shelters like Pause, there's Cara, there's Phoenix Legacy, and then a lot of other stuff. Okay, they're all over the place, and every one of those shelters need help. Okay, so yun. Another comment is, okay, wag na natin basahin yung mga sobrang naman. Hindi na yung issue yung pinag-uusapan. Okay? If ever may mapupunta sa bahay nila to check yung situation ng dog sa bahay nila, I bet makikita talaga how irresponsible they are. Lalo na halos buong family nila ang nasa US. They can't cover up for it like what they did when Karen Davila visited. Oh, okay. Sana lang mangyari na kasi pag nag-ingay dogs nila, non-stop din barking ng mga dogs around the neighborhood. Nakakapikon. Oh, yeah. Well, that's another thing. No? That's why training is very important. Tapos, if I had 200 dogs, I would treat it na parang it's a facility. Tapos they have their own crates. The dog needs to be trained, no? Para tahimik. Kasi nakakaya nga doon sa mga kapitbahay. All right. Another commenter says, I saw clips of that interview and it was so awkward. You can tell Karen was grossed out, but who wouldn't be when there's pee and feces all over the house? Oh. Yeah. Medyo I've been through a lot of houses, and yun yung una ko mapapansin kung merong problema doon sa um, pagpapalaki or doon sa management ng aso. Kasi dogs don't really know and they don't really have much of a choice. That's why the humans need to manage the dogs. Use crates. Marami kasi hindi nagsasabi na I don't use crates eh. Oh, anong gagawin mo when you're busy? Okay. So I'm an advocate of using crates. There are crates so we can control yun situation. Para ma-train natin sila na magkaroon ng rules. Mayroong mga time, okay, that you'll be let out. I'm not saying that you keep the dogs in crates, all 200 of them. Pero that meron rotation, meron flow. And again, you probably need a professional kasi if there are 10 dogs, okay, ideally 10 dogs, you need at least one professional okay, na magbabantay. Let alone sabihin mo you have 20 dogs tapos magaling yung pet care assistant ko, kaya niya mag-handle ng 20 dogs, fine. Okay? Yun na yung max. 20 dogs per person. Pero if you have 200 dogs, tapos 20, ibig sabihin kailangan meron kang 10 tao na nakatutok at mataas ang skill level nila para i-handle yung 200 dogs na yun, which is, again, hindi ko alam kung nangyayari. Okay? So, let's read the other comments. Okay. Teka lang. Oh, by the way, you're listening to Dog Behind the Human, and if you have comments, please mag-comment lang kayo. Or if you want to share some of your ideas, meron kayong mga ibang mga issues na gustong ipa-check out sa akin, please send us a message. Okay? All right. I'm from Fort Impact. Of course, I'm an irresponsible pet owner. Okay. Medyo attack talaga na yun doon sa Fort Impact. Pero again, let's see some comments. Okay, I don't get it. That's the correlation between being one of the Fort Impact and having 200 dogs. Can someone make a TikTok calling them out, please? Okay, so marami talagang parang galit, no? Okay. Meron pa dito, medyo medyo foul na sa akin to. Yung parang may mental health daw. Well, maybe, meron kasi mga ganung sickness, pero who are we to say that? Okay, we're not professionals. So someone needs to be assessed. And then, syempre, I'm big into mental health. Hindi pwedeng you just tell someone ganon. Okay, so I think we need to also hold back to some comment and let's just focus on the issue. Binombard ko mga IG ng magkakapatid na yan eh. Tapos doon sa Irene, parang may GRWM video siya. Tapos yung caption, let us know kung may gusto kayong GRWM. Ganyan ang comment ko. Ang gusto ko namin is wag na kayo mag-GoFundMe. Borderline bullying. Siguro kaya black ako. medyo borderline bullying na nga talaga. Okay. Alam niyo yung mga ganitong issue, dapat talaga, let's focus on the concern, okay? Let's not try to attack the person, okay? I learned that from another YouTuber na pinapanood ko, no? So sabi niya, issue lang ang pag-usapan, hindi yung tao. Okay? So I kind of like that. So while I was trying to search about the issue with the 200 dogs, apparently it was taken down kasi yun ang shinare ng unang-una hindi na mahanap. Okay? It's apparently been deleted. It was even reported by Philstar. So, nandito yung mga 200 dogs allegedly. And if you're going to check on the link for the fundraiser, it is not found. So, even if you search the URL, it's no longer there. Okay? So, 10,000 yun hiningi nila. And then, apparently, meron pang isang sabi niya, there was this Patreon din na kailangan din i-take down. Pero, again, it's not there anymore. So, ang dami talagang bashing na nangyari dito sa P-pop group na to. And unfortunately, it might affect their career, no? Pero I wish them the best. I wish that they yung community ng mga pet parents na rin yung nagko-call out kung ano yung dapat gawin. And then tayo din as pet parents din, siguro we also have to give them a chance, no? Para fair lang naman din tayo. We cannot judge someone, especially social media. So mahirap talaga magsalita. Okay? Pero coming from a pet professional and from my experience, hindi talaga tama na you're gonna be keeping that much dogs and then wala kang long-term plan para sa kanila. What if that 200 dogs then becomes 400, di ba? Or maybe that 200 becomes 300. So what are you gonna do now? So definitely yung quality of life ng mga dogs bababa. So ang tinitingnan natin dito talaga is yung quality of life ng mga dogs. Okay? So very important talaga that we always, even para sa sarili din natin, okay? And then everybody it should be a normal thing na pinapakapon yung mga aso. Okay? Let's be responsible for it. Yes, we love dogs. Okay? And even cats. Pero let's be responsible and then um kasi tinitingnan natin talaga dito, when you care for a dog, it will cost money. And then what if you don't have much money or you don't have money left para ipagamot yung aso? Then yung quality of life nila bababa. Okay? So, ako, ang daming mga nagbibigay ng aso sa amin and just so hard na tanggihan. Pero tinitingnan kasi namin yung income namin. Hindi namin kaya. Not even a dog coach, Francis, can keep all of those dogs. Okay? Hindi ako mayaman. Okay? Though meron mga ibang tao talaga na kaya nilang magtago. They can keep those dogs and then keep the quality of life for those dogs. Despite, lalo when the dogs are getting older, my goodness, it the cost goes up. Kunwari, si Stark. Stark is already a senior. Alaskan Malamute, we had to do surgery dun sa ears niya. It's no longer up. It's now floppy. Okay? Pero that cost money. Si Skit, nagkaroon ng injury dun sa tenga niya because of an incident with the other dogs dito sa school. Okay? So, kailangan namin ipa-stitch. Okay? My senior dogs need to have their regular blood work just to monitor how healthy they are. Okay? So, tumataas talaga yan. It's going to drain you. Okay? Kaya nga sinasabi ko doon sa mga nag-enroll din sa school natin, thank you ha, thank you talaga kasi you're keeping us you're keeping our head above water kahit papaano, no? And then we'll be able to help your dog be the best version of themselves. And then yung trabaho ng mga dogs ko kasi, this is our lifestyle, no? So we my dogs and I train other dogs, okay, para gumanda rin yung quality of life nila. And then at the same time, we're able to provide um, job opportunities for some people na talagang yung dedication nila in caring for the dogs nandoon. Okay, we have just a comment here. You know what? There's this good thing about if you can catch me doing live recording is I can get to read your comments. Alma Moralejo Hernale. Oh, si Ma'am Alma says good evening po. Good evening po, ma'am. Thank you for watching. We have Bang Turiel. And sabi niya, hi, Coach. Good evening. Everyone should learn responsible choices before owning any pet. Correct. Meron mga ibang pet parents kahit na may pera. Okay? They can't keep up with the lifestyle tapos while keeping a dog. No, it's a juggle. It's like having a kid. Okay? So thank you for that comment, Bang. Okay? Very important talaga yung responsibility na yun. I have a baby and then I'm trying to manage having si baby coach, then trying to manage the dogs and then running the business and then also I'm just lucky na I am able to keep and monitor baby coach and then also my staff with my students and then also hang out with my dogs at the same time. Pero not everybody has that luxury. Okay? Pero even despite that, money talaga makes the world go round, sabi nga ng iba. It's unfortunate na dumami yung dogs nila, 200. And now, they need money. Okay? So if you can no longer keep the dog, then do something about it. Maybe you can just have them up for adoption. Pero, here's another point. I don't really agree in pamimigay nyo na lang. Kailangan meron konting bayad. Meron konting principle para that dog still has a little bit of value. Okay? Maui, who chatted us on Instagram, says, kids na forever 2-year-old coach. Yan. At least babies eventually grow up. Correct. So si baby coach, pag naging 18 na siya pataas, or parang after ng college siguro, di ba? You get to be your own human. You get to be your own grown-up, di ba? Pero even dogs, they're forever 2-year-olds. Correct. Thank you so much, Maui. So they're forever 2-year-olds and well, at least hindi sila humingi ng allowance, no? Pero yung gastos tumataas, no? As they age, parang mga babies din, no? Habang while they're growing up, tumataas yung gastos. Di ba? So, ganun talaga. That's the reality of keeping pets. We need to be able to also check our finances. We need to be smart about it. Okay. As for me, as much as I want to help out and then um, magbigay sa mga shelters, lahat, kung pwede lang, magbigay ako palagi. Okay? And then at the same time, kung pwedeng i-adapt ko na lang lahat ng mga dogs na hindi kayang alagaan ng mga pet parents, kung pwede lang. Pero hindi eh. We just need to really teach our community to be responsible enough. We cannot solve it alone. Okay? Not any individual can solve it alone. We need to solve this issue as a community of pet lovers. Okay? So I guess that's it. Thank you guys so much for joining me on this episode of The Dog Behind the Human. This is the first for 2024. And I'm hoping that you join me again next week. And then we'll probably do offline recording. Para there's always new content that you can listen to. This content will be available on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, or maybe even on YouTube. Okay, so it's gonna be there, and then you can also review and rewatch uh, the video podcast on my YouTube and Facebook. Okay, so this is Dog Coach Francis. Till next time, you guys have a great week, and as always, don't forget to pet your dog.